I am Jasmine Masters, and I have something to say.
So I just wanted to start off by saying that this isn't going to be another Amberlyn Reed bullying video. Really not here to do that. I feel like that's kind of been done enough. And I'm not really even going to talk much about her weight. This is honestly more so just a constructive criticism video. I know it sounds silly because I don't necessarily have a huge following, and I'm also not necessarily an Amberlyn Reed channel, but I do hope she watches this because she does watch reaction channels and whatnot here and there, because I feel like, maybe she might actually get something out of this video. If you are watching this and don't know who Amberlyn Reed is, that is a loaded question, and there are like 500 million videos that could help you with that. I could sit here and explain who she is, and I know if you're like me and you are a part of Girl World, you would sit and actually listen to it because we have no issues with hearing the same thing about Amberlyn Reed 500 million times because that's what we do. But anyway, let's actually get into it. So I discovered Amberlyn Reed back in 2016, and I will put a timestamp up that says when it's safe to click if you have any sort of triggers towards anything remotely eating disorder related. I'm not going deep into anything, just mentioning it. So if that is going to bother you at all, look at the timestamp. Anyway. So I found Amberlyn Reed on an eating disorder forum back then that was pretty popular. I'm not going to name any website names, even though I believe it has rebranded into a different name now. I am since recovered from that eating disorder for the, most part, as recovered as you can be. Once an addict, always an addict, yada, yada. But people were like using her as, reverse thinspo or fatspo as they called it. That stuff really wasn't my niche. But I remember wondering who she was and why people, watched her other than, the way she looked. Like there had to be something else. There's plenty of fat people on the internet. Why her? So I ended up watching her, and then I ended up staying, and I don't exactly know why. I have never really been into vloggers at all. I never really watched anybody's vlogs ever. But there was just something about Amber that drew me in. It was like Amber became my, my soaps, my soap operas, my days of our lives. And it just kind of spiraled from there. I have ADHD, and my hyperfixations come and they go, but Amberlyn Reed is a constant in my life. I take a shower listening to Amberlyn Reed videos or reaction videos of her. I wind down with Amberlyn Reed videos and compilations. Whenever I'm doing something at work, I'll put on an Amberlyn Reed video. I work in technology and tech support, and sometimes I do something as simple as putting a screen protector on a phone, and if I'm doing that, I'll got a bunch of phones to do, I'll put on some Amberlyn Reed and just do my thing. It's just so comforting in a weird way, even though I don't necessarily consider myself a fan of hers. It's kind of like watching somebody and just wondering what in the fuck are they doing and please do better. But it's just very interesting to see. Vlogs are designed to make you feel a certain way with the music and the cinematography. People tend to watch them to get a specific feeling or to find comfort. So I guess I enjoy feeling like shit. But there's just something about Amberlyn Reed that just sucks you in, and it has you in a chokehold. You can't, once you're there, you can't get away. You just can't. I even am so invested that I have Tomodachi Life characters of Amberlyn Reed. Let's just say characters. They're real people, but we'll call them characters just for the sake of things. Yeah. So here's Amber.
I always end up staying on the phone way longer than I planned to.
And
Hey,
Becky.
yogurts look alive. Hey, yogurts look alive. did yogurts look alike?
Amber simultaneously cares too much and not enough about what people think of her. Someone will tell her to stop buying journals, and then she'll make a video showing her new, revamped, small, dainty collection of journals.
Thing that I did for the video. Oh my god. This isn't to be impressive. This is to show you how ridiculous. Just look. How psychotic. All these poor trees. No, I'm kidding.
I still feel like I need more though.
No, you don't.
No?
No.
So these are all the journals that I have, and I'm about to complete one, so it is time to choose another.
And that's really not the serve that she thinks it is. Because if she had just kept her hoard of old journals, she'd never have to buy another one. But because she got rid of them, she's buying even more. She loves to get rid of things than just to buy more of the same shit that she had before.
Mini business. I collect earrings. I don't wear like any of them. I have thousands of earrings, and I think I've worn maybe 5% of them, which I'm showing you them right here. So if you guys do want to buy my earrings, what I'm doing is I am selling a pair, or how many pairs you want. As you guys know, I am a hoop girly. Hi, through and through. I prefer them over anything. But I saw these and I was like, this is beautiful, because I do like to wear a lot of black, and I thought this would be a really pretty pop of color one of these days. So I had to get those. And then I am in some serious need of new hoops. So I got me a silver pair, which is my preferred. These are Jessica Simpson brand, so I thought that was cool. But I do wear gold here and there.
Amber will also just clickbait the serious shit or life events, and then when someone calls her out about it, she either ignores it completely or justifies it by saying that other YouTubers clickbait all the time too, or it's her health to clickbait. What she fails to realize is that clickbait is widely regarded as a shitty thing to do, serious or not. The era of clickbait is over. It was funny, haha, that was clickbait while it lasted, but it is no longer funny, and it's just annoying, especially when it's, serious topics. She'll also regularly blame old controversial things by saying that she was just trolling, when in reality she's just too embarrassed to own up to it. She's just too far up her own ass to show humility for 5 seconds. It's really not that hard to just say, that was so dumb, I know, and I'm not proud of it. Let's do better. Do better has been ruined for me. There's too many people that just go, do better. Amber fails to realize that if she owns up to her mistakes, there will not just be people saying, I knew it, I told you so, but there will also be people happy to see her making some sort of mental progress, at all. In the past, Amber has made videos reacting to herself lying. These videos are complete farces. She will pick and choose what lies to admit to and which lies to say they weren't her fault for lying about, because of XYZ, but never her fault.
Okay, I guess the lie is that I said I don't like clutter, and then I think the person who edited this considers this clutter. I don't. I think that's a really cute shelf.
Today, let me tell you, and I woke up with really bad heartburn. I don't take naps. Hey guys, so I just woke up from a nap. I did wake up earlier, but
I really, truly don't take many naps. I think sometimes when I say things like, oh, I don't take naps, what I mean to say is I probably napped maybe once or twice a year. I think that's what I should start saying. A lot of people say things like that. People can sit there and say, yeah, I don't really eat green beans, but then they'll eat green beans. Well, I'll just read the whole thing. It says, I don't just say I'm bipolar to say it. I was diagnosed at a young age. Also, depression, anxiety disorder, and OCD. And then the clip you just saw was from 2 years ago. So it's very contradictory. Okay, so when I was younger, I did see so many therapists. 16, when I was told, you show signs of bipolar, you probably are. I took that, ran with it, and from that point on, I was like, oh, diagnosed with bipolar. Kind of like a support group. So hopefully that makes sense.
telling me I want you to be part of the weight loss journey and competition within my office meant. Oh shit. I said competition, but she didn't say competition. I feel like maybe sometimes in the past I exaggerated things to make them seem more better in a way. I honestly don't know, but it wasn't supposed to be a competition.
If she made a video actually explaining her lies, why she said them, and how she feels about it, I and so many other people would have respect for her, even just if it's just a little bit. This would not only heal her relationship with her audience, but more importantly, herself. I used to be a chronic liar because of my own childhood trauma. My mom, my sister, and I had to constantly lie about every little thing to not make my dad angry at us. And it trained me to always come up with a lie before actually saying the truth. And this followed me into my adulthood and got me in a lot of unnecessary trouble. But there's nothing more freeing than saying, yes, I lied and I'm sorry and I will work on it. You still have to own up to your past lies and clean house, but it's just so freeing to know that you don't have to keep up with anything anymore that you said that wasn't true. And sometimes when you lie so much, you even start to believe it. And I feel like this sometimes happens with Amber, and she would just really benefit from cleaning out her closet. Metaphorically, I mean, she's cleaned out her actual closet many times and then refilled it many times, but yeah, you get it. She could even use one of her journals to write down her lies and then an explanation of why she lied about that and then a solution. This would be therapeutic and great content. It could even be inspiring to other people, something Amber has said before that she wanted to be.
I watch so many people who make videos and they're so inspirational, and maybe I can be an inspiration for somebody. I don't know.
She has the ability, but just not the guts. Amber has shown before that she does have these self-aware thoughts in her head, especially when she's drunk.
You weren't even drinking. Ma'am? You gotta tell me twice. This is how I do this. I go, oh, just a dainty little lid full. And I eat 5 fucking lids. I was sitting on a toilet, right? Doing a 90s capsule. And I said, that bitch is big.
It's all that bag of chips. I remember all
What
of
am I
this.
doing?
I had a slip up for a couple weeks. I gained some weight. Very common over the holidays. And now I've lost that weight. I'm back on track.
This bitch is making excuses for herself. Yes, bitch, but you're fucking over 500 pounds. Get a fucking grip and lose fucking weight. Fuck.
Now, a lot of people speculate that she was pretending to be drunk, but I do not agree. I feel like there's always going to be those people in girl world who just want something bad to say because they hate Amber unabashedly, but that's really not productive. Amber's not evil. She's just not handling trauma correctly, and it's not an excuse, but it is, I would say it teeters more sad than anything. But of course she is a grown woman in her 30s. But there's just a lot of work that she needs to do, and she knows she needs to do. She just needs to fucking do it. Anyway, Amber is clearly inebriated here, and is she leaning into that inebriation? Absolutely. But I feel like a lot of us do that when we're drunk. She was putting on a show, the sad, drunk, anti-party girl who rambles about her self-loathing and her friends have to take care of her.
Your dream? Thank you, baby. What is this? I got food, a real, actual, normal meal. Wait, am I? Oh my god, I'm right. Okay. Thank you so much. She's so sweet.
All I'm really saying here is that she's obviously clamoring for views at this point. I don't think she is clickbaiting her health because she gets a rise out of it or she wants people to necessarily worry about her. But I think it's because this is her source of income and the views are not very good. And if I were her, I would be panicking. I'm sure she has some money saved up, but it could definitely be more, especially with her shopping addiction. And we've already seen lately that she has been like downsizing and, you know, talking about, oh, this is cheaper and that, you know, but in the past, it was always, I'm going to get what I want. I'm going to get what I want. I'm a grown woman. I'm going to buy what I want. And now it's like, oh, I got this off of Amazon and it was only $15. And that's not ballin' Amberlynn Reid Becky era money, you know what I mean? And like I said earlier, Amber's not a villain. She's not evil. She's just navigating life in some of the worst possible ways that she could be. Now, it definitely could be way worse. She has had a problem with alcohol before, and from what we have been seeing, she's not drinking. The Delta 8 situation type deal, I don't know. I mean, she could still be, even though she said she's not, but I feel like she's actually not, because I feel like if she were struggling with that, she would clickbait that as well, you know, and rage bait. So I genuinely have faith that she's sober for the most part right now. I just worry about her a lot, which is kind of dumb to say for somebody I don't necessarily like. But because she is such an integrated part of my life, you know, I shower, I eat, you know, I work listening to her. I feel like, you know, if she were to die, I would feel like really upset. And is that kind of parasocial? Maybe, but I feel like that's just kind of a normal human thing to feel for somebody that you've been watching for so long and you watch every day. It's like, God, she really could just fucking die. And that would be a little devastating and like leave a little empty spot. And I don't think I'd be able to watch her old content because knowing that she's, you know, not with us anymore. It's kind of morbid, but it's reality. And I know she knows it and I know we know it, but it doesn't really stop it from being sad. Anyway, that's really all I wanted to talk about. I just feel like I really would like to see her turn herself around, even if it's not necessarily immediately with her weight loss, which she's working on right now with the semaglutide, and hopefully she keeps that up. But that's another thing. It's expensive. I don't know if she can even afford that anymore. Going forward, it's very expensive. Even if she just worked on herself mentally, like how I have said in this video, you know, maybe put this type of content out where she's actually owning up to things and willing to take this journey to get trust from the audience that a lot of it has just turned on her. People typically don't start watching Amberlynn Reid to hate her. A lot of people start out rooting for her, and I still do the same. I still root for her. I know a lot of people have gotten so bitter they just don't care anymore if she lives or dies or loses weight or doesn't. I care a lot more than I should. I just really want to see her succeed, and I have a feeling that I won't, but you know what? I'm 27, it's midnight, and this is what I wanted to talk about today. And I drew a little picture and everything. Look at my little Amberlynn Reid picture I drew. Anyway, I'm gonna go probably get drunk. I'm not an alcoholic, don't worry. I'm gonna get drunk. I might eat a homemade quesadilla and then go to bed. Everybody have a great night, day, whatever it is where you are. Whatever the sky looks like, you enjoy that. Take care.